how to raise your energy. That is our topic in this live, or maybe you're watching the recording. And my weekly I Ching reading for you, forecast 2024, week 20. We're already in week 20. Can you believe it? Oh my God, it's really, that's what it is. So just to quickly say, so every Sunday, 6:15 Brisbane time, Australian Eastern Standard Time, 8:15 New Zealand, 10:15 Germany, and the Americas, you have night. So you may be having me for breakfast, the recording. And yeah, hi and welcome. This is me. And also, what I've started doing last week is you will see some chapters down there, definitely on the YouTube one. There will be chapters down there, because what happened last week was really, it was Monday morning, and I thought, what was the energy of the Monday? I can't even remember. And it would be nice to just tip on something, and you have the Monday present, and the same Tuesday and Wednesday. So I started doing the chapters, and so you will find the chapters in the notes, and you can every day you can go in there in the morning and just tap on that link for the day, and you will hear the energy of that day. Isn't that great? I love it. I did it every day, because the thing is, it's also what I realized while preparing today. The thing is really that I should listen to my own advice. Do you know what I mean? I should really listen to my own advice. I prepared today everything, and the Sunday today again, for those who are still on the Saturday and will see the Sunday now. I was double checking what today's energy was, and I was really thinking, oh my God, I should have listened to myself. It's so funny. It's hilarious. Seriously, when I realize what I've said about today's energy, and I still tapped into the trap. Exactly. That's today's energy. But we're not starting with the day. If you're here for the first time, what we're doing is we're starting with the year energy, just shortly, because I did that really intensively the last times. And then the month energy, which changes every month, obviously. So the context of the month energy is always with the year energy, and so is the day energy. So after that, I will start with the Sunday, the Monday, Tuesday, and so on and so forth. And they will always be in the context of the year energy and the month energy. And that is why sometimes it might be the same day energy like a few months ago, but it's a different month. So we will have and see that, how that works in the context. So, and I hope that you like what you see. Yeah, let's get started, shall we? Okay. Sunday, May 19. Let's start with the year again. The year is 38 opposition. And this is what the 38 opposition looks like. Okay. So we've got the fire on top and the lake underneath, correct? Yes. And so what does that mean? So it means opposition, and some also called it polarizing, division, divergence. And interestingly, I also found the word integrity for it. And that's what I said already before. Isn't that what's happening this year? This division, this polarizing, this left, right, and center. And so you have this opinion, you have this opinion. I'm right. No, I'm right. So it is almost like the polarizing is just tearing us apart. But on the other hand, it's like yin and yang. It just is. There shouldn't be a judgment in it. So try not to judge. Just make your own decisions for yourself and stay with it. So with the opposition, I just didn't go back while I was preparing. Sorry about that. Yes. How you tolerate everything that's different in times of opposition, of division, polarizing. So how can you stay tolerant and still stay true to yourself? So that is the thing. We're not, we're staying true to ourselves and not attaching to other people's opinion if they're opposed to us. Stay true to yourself and just watch it. You make your own decisions for yourself. And the interesting thing is also what the I Ching says, that only small things will work in that scenario. So it's not the time to go big and, be out there and just throw our opinion into everybody's face. It's about small things that you can do in your direct surroundings, small things that you can do for yourself, small things that you can do for your loved ones, and they will be good. They will be really good. So the polarizing this year, just watch it and just ask yourself, is it helping me? Is it nourishing me? Is it true for me? And then just go, okay, it's not, or maybe it is. But you make your decisions. And small things are really helpful this year about that. Okay. The month energy with that together is 34, great strength. And we did that last week, or the week before, I think, really intensively. And that's how great strength, what it looks like. So you can see it's thunder on top and heaven underneath. So we're having a good basis and with thunder on top. So great strength and great power on a very good basis. This is what's really working well. The problem is only what you can see, because you've got 4 yang lines and 2 yin lines on top. Can you see that? That means that the power actually has already gone past the meridian, past more than half. So it could be what you have to watch within the great strength, to not just have power over something or someone, to not just use your power for the power itself, but it's really important to stay connected with yourself. Here we have a similar theme, haven't we? Stay connected to yourself and do that for the greater good, and really see that you embrace everything. So it's really the danger that I'm in power, so I'm powerful, so I'm going to do that what I think is right. And we could see last week in our surrounding that some of that already happened. It was really interesting to watch, emotional, stressful a little bit, to be honest. But that's what it is, because you have to ask yourself, when you are coercing your power, when you're using your power, are you doing the right thing? Is that the right thing? And why would it be? Just because you're in power and just because you think you know what's better? Is that the right reason to use your power? Or isn't the right reason to use your power to actually look after others and lift them with you? Yeah. Really stay connected to what's right, and integrity. That's what we had before with the year energy. Seriously, with the year energy, how to stay with sincerity and honesty in your power and help the greater good, help others. That's the month energy. Okay, so with that background, we're now looking into every single day. And as I said today, 47 trap. And yeah, I should have listened to myself. I found myself in a trap this morning. And what did I do? I overreacted. I mean, not physically, just in my mind. So I kind of punished myself, didn't I? That was really interesting. So I was up at the swimming in the morning in the pool. It was really chilly. Ooh, but I did. And in my head, something went run and run, 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 run. And then I did something. And I'm still not sure whether this was right or wrong, but I had to get rid of it. And but not in a nasty way. No. I was just asking questions. And from the answers that I got, I realized, okay, I've overreacted. I actually really overreacted. So what the trap is it's also called exhaustion. And I don't know if you felt it too, but we were really exhausted this weekend somehow with the energies. It was really an exhaustion there. And we've got water on the bottom and the lake on top. So the water is in the bottom and the lake is empty, and that's why it is exhaustion. And it is how you really have to sacrifice, or ask yourself if you have to sacrifice your own demands and pace yourself in that crisis. And that's what I didn't do this morning. Damn it. I didn't listen to myself. I didn't pace myself. I just followed what I felt was right. But luckily, I'm surrounded with, and that's the next thing, surrounded with people who understand me well enough and say, hey, I think you are just thinking too much. You are just going on in circles. Just stop the circles and go straight to the point. And that is the thing with the trap. If you're in the trap and you feel that there is something negative around you, it's about having the right people around you. Having people around you who know you and who are helpful, who are not then bashing you for something. And that's what I had today. And I'm so thankful for that, to having those people around me who really then said, nope, you're just really just in your head. It's just in your head. It's not real. And I'm like, thank you. And then it felt so easy. It felt like it was gone. And I felt so much better. And there was no trap anymore. And there was no exhaustion anymore. That was interesting. My energy came back. So that is how we can deal with if there is something inside. Oh, and also what I should have just, on a day of trap, you shouldn't use too many words. So maybe I shouldn't have written so much, but that's okay. That's okay. I did that. And the other person clarified something. And now we're all happy, I think. No, it looks like it. So that's all good. So that was the day today. For me, maybe for you, it's just starting. That's also very cool. That was the Sunday. So how do we raise our energy on the Monday? Monday. Oh my God, yes. Monday is 64, one of my favorite. I know that a lot of the Chinese metaphysics people say it's not their favorite. It kind of is mine because it is not yet accomplished. So it's before the accomplishment. It is how to stay on course and target shortly before you're on the finish line and not getting distracted, because that is my task in this life, seriously, amongst others. How to not get distracted shortly before the finish line, shiny object syndrome or something, or saboteur saying, no, you can't do it anyway, or something like that. So this is something that I really like using. And we have, important is, because the 64 is really guiding the world into and towards finishing something. And so the 64 is, for me personally, really important to remember to not get distracted, to not doubt myself. That's the English word, doubt myself, shortly before the finish line, getting distracted, finding another shiny object, doubting myself shortly before the finish line. I shouldn't do that. So this day, Monday, tomorrow, will be an interesting one for me. I just know that. Because it is really tomorrow, for me, it will be to stay focused, stay concentrated, targeting what my goal is, and not being distracted. And that is something that I really need. And I think so many other people, because I don't know how your energy felt last week, because last week had so many good days. And by the way, this week as well. And it was so much wonderful energy, and I was working towards stuff, and so much was working really well, but it was almost too much, overwhelming. So I need to stay focused, and I need to stay on the point and not get distracted. So tomorrow will be the day where I actually gonna have a look into that. It's a balanced day, by the way, so that will help. That will help on top of that. So that's nice. Another thing, another thing, of course, you can only work towards the finish line. What do you need to work towards the finish line? You need to have a finish line. If you're working towards a goal, you need to have a goal. So what is your goal? So the question is, in the 64 is actually really, what is your goal? So that you can be in the 64, in the not yet accomplished. Because otherwise you will never get into the accomplishment if you don't know what your goal is, correct? And it's also about when the distraction is there. So we're having this divergence again, this polarizing again, the yin and the yang. If that distraction is there and that goes up, that you start realizing you're going away from your goal, and just gently, kindly come back to it. Okay, but that of course means, and that is what I say nearly every week, awareness, awareness, awareness is the most important thing. So that you realize you're diverting, you are digressing, you are distracting yourself. This is just another mind game that you're playing. And that is also something, the awareness will only work and will only come to you in the silence. You know, that's what I'm saying every time we're doing a meditation class or anything. In the silence, this is where your awareness grows. And the metaphor in the 64 is like the fox going on the ice. So if the old fox goes onto the ice, how does he, she, they go across the ice? Silent, listening to the ice. So whenever you're in a terrain that you're not quite sure about whether it's good for you or not, listen. Are there any cracks opening? Is there anything? What does your gut say about it? Does it feel good, healthy? And that is what the 64 is as well. If you want to finish, if you want to have your goal really fulfilled, on the last meters, it's not about rushing there. It's about listening. Are there cracks? Who is there? Who is helpful? You know, like I said today in the trap day, to have the right people around you. That's definitely something to work towards, sorting out with who is around you. You know, they say you are the 10 people around, the 10 people you surround yourself with. And that's actually true. So if you have a lot of naysayers, if you have a lot of negative people around you, it's really harder to keep up the positivity. So watch who is around you, and can you listen like the old fox going over the ice on the last meters towards the goal to reach it safely. Tomorrow, 64. Tuesday, how do we raise our energies on the Tuesday, which is a stable day and has a lot of good stars? Oh my God, that looks really great. And it is the number 33 retreat, which is one of my favorites. I have so many favorites. Like I said last week, there are just really maybe a handful of I Ching signs, hexagrams that I'm not really fond of, because the hexagram is always neutral. I mean, there's nothing good or bad. It is what it is. So again, without judgment, there's nothing good, nothing bad. It just is. And we're going into it, into the energy and reading it. And then we're saying, what can we do with it? And the same is with the retreating. The retreat 33 on the Tuesday, how to avoid unnecessary confrontations to regenerate your own creative strength. That's what I called it. It doesn't mean you're fleeing. No, you're retreating. And sometimes you have to retreat from a battle to win the war. So maybe on the Tuesday, there is a confrontation coming up that is not worth fighting, and just retreating. It saves you energy. It really won't harm your nerves. It will be better and safer for you. So maybe on the Tuesday, be aware if there's a confrontation that you don't even want to fight. Why would you? I mean, why put energy into that? And I talked to someone the other day last week, we're like, just use one of those phrases like, oh, that's interesting. Or can we agree to disagree? And just retreat from that conflict. Or maybe even just, hey, sorry, I really have to go. Whatever it is. But if you realize that this conflict isn't worth fighting, and there are not many conflicts that are actually worth fighting, to be honest, retreat. Retreat from the battle to win the war. And the war, so to speak, is your life. And to make that as easy and as soft and as flowing as possible with all the positive chi that you can gather. and you will not gather any positive chi through fighting. So maybe retreating is the better alternative. Think about it. Think about it. We don't always have to be right. And also, I've been talking a lot last week and also today already about the inner constitution, staying true to yourself. If you know that this is right for you, you can actually just sit there and just go, if this is your world and then what you created, it's okay. It's not mine. Interesting, eh? So think about it on Tuesday. Is it really worth fighting? And it's not retreating, is not fleeing. It's the opposite. It's really making use of it. It's a sign of strength to not fight. You know, like how people say that you train martial arts to not fight. This is your mental martial arts that we're training here with the I Ching. And I can't wait to train you even more. Yeah, that's so cool, isn't it? So how do we raise our energy on the Wednesday? Wednesday is 52 mountain, and like retreat, I like that. And mountain is mountain on top and mountain underneath. Is like retreat. It is about silence. It is about being still, listening, and how retreating from any activities, being still, enables you to stay connected with your true self and your core essence. So again, this week has a theme. Like I said the last weeks, I always find that a week has a theme. And the theme this week seems to be to stay calm, to stay collected, to maybe detach and just watch. What is good for me? What isn't? What do I want to keep in my life? What do I not want to? And that is what you can always do better in the mountain. And for the Feng Shui guys around you, yes, maybe retreat into your mountain, into your cave, into your meditation place, into the space of your wherever you live, house, apartment, or wherever you live, into that space that resembles the mountain. Use that on that day. So yeah, let me just have a look what someone else says. Yes, something really nice. So the mountain is also, if you're going back to your cave, into the mountain, into the silence, a little bit like retreat, but different. It is about timing. It is about knowing when is the right time to actually be still and when is the time for action. So this is the principle of Wu Wei. If you want to go into the Chinese philosophy and really look into Wu Wei, I just love that philosophy. So that is what the mountain is also good. The mountain is going into silence to realize, is it now time for silence or is it actually time for action? That would be the Wednesday. The Wednesday is the day where you go, oh, and by the way, 3 to 5, 7 to 9, really, 9 to 11 as well. Really good hours. Really good hours, guys. So, yep, here we go. Knowing when it's time to act and when it's time to stay still. That is what the mountain is really good to reflect on. And sometimes when I realize that I'm like today, I should have overacted in the morning, instead of just going and doing it, maybe I should have sat down another few minutes, which I very, very often do. But this morning I didn't because I was in the trap, as it seems. So next time the trap comes up, I'm going to make a note. I'm going to do this once I'm finished here, looking for the next day when the trap comes up, which will be in 64 days roughly, and making a note of meditate today. That's probably what I will need on the day of the trap. So good. And when you have on the Tuesday retreated from a conflict that was unnecessary, and on the Wednesday gone into your mountain to find out when is it time to be still, when is it time to take action, then we're going to have beautiful energies on the Thursday. 16, delight. Speaks for itself, doesn't it? It's just, so 16 is really beautiful. It also means enthusiasm. Some call it enthusiasm. I love that for it instead of delight. And we've got the thunder on top and the earth underneath. So we're having a really good foundation, a really, really good foundation. and to act on it on top. So it's really the earth underneath is the settling, and you've got the thunder. So it's about action. It's about holding still. Exactly what the mountain the day before also wanted to have. So what are we having here? Yep. So you look into what is happening around you and how that power of joy, we're generating joy. Thursday is about generating joy. Yes, please. How the power of joy radiates out to the environment, and hence everything succeeds, even with a target in mind, an agenda in mind, an intention in mind. We don't need that, because we found out the 2 days before what is right, what is wrong, if there is such a thing as right as wrong, as I always say. We found out what works best for us. We found out when it's time to be still and when it's time to act, for moving and action. And this is when we generate the joy and then radiate it out. So probably Thursday morning, is there a good time for meditating? I'd say the morning, 9 till 1. Yeah, great. Thursday, I have to make a note. I have to listen to myself. I'm going to do the chapters and listen to it. I have to listen to myself. That's really, isn't that funny how we sometimes don't listen to ourselves enough? So yes, enthusiasm on the Thursday. How do we raise our energies on the Friday? On the Friday is another beautiful hexagram. Number 3, the beginning. So the beginning is, as it says, the beginning. And what is happening there is when you start something new, there's a challenge, and maybe there are obstacles, because it's the beginning of a process. So that's how we raise our energies on the Friday, is recognizing and acknowledging that sometimes starting something new might be not as easy as we think. You might find obstacles, you might find challenges, but should that keep you from starting something new and challenging yourself? No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't, because this is what the new process is. You're changing your mindset by doing something different, by doing something new. You're regenerating your brain. Neuroplasticity is the word here. If you're doing something different, and that might be challenging, you might find obstacles in there, but that is something to grow. There is no growth in the comfort zone. Okay. I mean, this is, everybody tells you that. So I don't want to, but that's what it is. So if there is a challenge, if there is an obstacle, maybe this is the sign you needed to grow on the day with the beginning. Difficulties at the beginning is another word for it. And that is the Friday. Friday is, very good time from 11 till 1, I'd say. To really go into that and watch what obstacles are there, what challenges are there, and can I grow with that? Sometimes with obstacles, we need to just put effort in to get over it. And sometimes we need to just go around it. And sometimes we just need to wait it out. We just need to wait it out sometimes. And that's okay. That's okay as well. But that is when we can go back into our mountain, what we trained the day before, 2 days before, and realizing, when is it time to sit still? When is it time for action? When is it time to climb the obstacle, to go around it, or just say, yep, I'll be stronger. I'm going to wait it out. It will disappear. This too shall pass. Whatever the right strategy is, you will find it in the silence. You will find it in the awareness. And this is where we need to go, into the awareness. And then once you found that out, the energy, how to raise the energy, is on Saturday, number 25, without wrongdoing, which is also called the innocence, by the way. And this is about how to read the signs, around you, and to review the purity in one's goals. And that fits actually into great strength. The month energy. The month energy is to realize that you're not using your power just for the power's sake, but really ask yourself, am I honest and am I sincere? What's my integrity in here? What are my goals and my aims? And that's what's on the day as well. And if you find out that you've reviewed the purity of your goals and you said, yep, that's what it is, then this is all without wrongdoing. You can do it. It will go well. It will be fine. So this is really to use the I Ching and look into what's the topic on the day and what's my doing in that, and how can I use that? How can I use these energies to really become stronger, become even a better human being? Not just for myself, just, I don't know which one that was where I said, radiating it out, the joy, exactly. Radiating it out, become the better version of myself, become the best I can be right now, and then radiating that out. And then you don't have to talk about it and tell everyone how great you are and what you're doing and blah, blah, blah. No, you are it. You are silent in it. You're quiet in it. You can stand in it. You can sit in it. And just be. I'm not saying I'm there yet, by the way. Work in progress. We're all humans. But that is a really good way to get forward and just look into the day energy and then finding out, yep, this works for me today. Yep, this works for me today. Next Sunday, last but not least, number 30, fire. Which also some call, let me have a look, the clinging. Yeah, holding on to. Oh, it's about power again, by the way. It's about power. So it's fire on top, fire underneath. How the power of your own conviction gives your life a deep meaning and clarity. Sunday. Isn't that a great topic for Sunday? That's an amazing topic for Sunday, to be honest. So let me have a look what else they say about it in my big book. Yeah. Because the double fire is shining so bright, you're taking on that light. And that is so, you again, it's about radiating out. And again, it's a radiating out that light, taking it in. And also it's shining a light on something that is dark. So again, we don't have to interfere with that. We just know that, okay, the light is shining on it. And maybe some of the dark things come to light on that day. That's okay. But we have to embrace the dark side, because without the light, we wouldn't know what dark is. And without dark, we wouldn't know what light is. Yin and yang principles, right? Good. So the beginning, the fire on that day, on next Sunday, it is maybe to go into what is giving you and your life meaning and clarity and meaning. And those two words are closer to each other than they appear when you start using them. Meaning in your life, you will only find with clarity. And once you have the clarity, the meaning may come to you. So the search for meaning will only make sense if you're in the awareness and in the clarity. So really look into on the Sunday, next week Sunday, we're going to talk about that again next Sunday, I bet, right here. And I'm way over the time already, but who cares? To really look into what does shine for you, like the sun. You know, the sun gives us energy, and I really feel it when there's no sun there, when it's a gray day. I really can feel the difference in the energy. But some days are gray and are not as shiny, not as sunny. So how can we generate some sun within us? Some of us maybe have a bing or a ding in the bazi. Some of us may have people around them with a lot of bing and ding in their bazi. Again, you are the 10 people you surround yourself with. Make sure you have some bing ding people around you. And those who study bazi know what I mean. I'm looking at the day master now. I can also look at maybe the hour. nature. The year, again, is how they appear to be, but the day master will tell us what their actual nature is. So if you find, and that's a really nice conclusion, I think, that it's a gray day, inside or out, doesn't matter, and you need some sun. You need some big sun, or maybe a small sun would be okay for you. Light a candle. That's why we light candles sometimes, to bring the light to us. So you always have a choice to surround yourself with a sun or a candle person, a Bing or a Ding person. To light a candle. Oh, my internet is wobbly. Is it? I'm off. Let's see. To light a candle. I just finished this here. Let's see what it does. And come to that conclusion. Really see what's happening here. So I hope it is like last time that the picture is frozen, but my voice is still there. The conclusion, the big exit. Oh my God. Again, when you find that you're in a gray day, surround yourself with Bing or Ding people, with sunny people, people who bring you joy. And we talked a lot about joy today, because that's what it is. What brings you joy is the ultimate question for all of us. So if you liked what you've heard here today, then maybe tell your friends, tell everyone, like it, comment, or whatever you want. Let me know. And I'm going to see you again next Sunday for another I Ching reading here. Bye.